Hi guys! Ang topic naman natin ngayon ay ang activity-based costing. Ang activity-based costing is an alternative costing method from the traditional costing method. Ang traditional being, you allocate overhead based on an overhead rate which is often based on direct labor hours. Sa activity-based costing, hindi tayo gagamit ng overhead rate na ganun. Mag-a-assign tayo ng overhead based on activities. Sige, tingnan natin yan. Try natin ang ating illustrative problem. The production manager of Pareto Doors Inc. provided the following budgeted information for 2011 given a budget capacity of 1 million direct labor hours. At makikita mo dito ang table ng kanyang budget. So meron siyang overhead cost, gagawa siya ng budget as usual. For electric power, 500k ang budget. Work sales, ito ang budget. Total overhead, 5.85 million budget. Tapos, meron ka ding expected na 1 million direct labor hours. So, paano ginagawa ulit ang normal na overhead? Per hour. So, 5.85 divided by 1, yan ay 5.85 pesos per hour. Ganon ang pag-assign ng overhead. Very traditional. Okay? Babalikan lang natin tong mga cost activity drivers mamaya. Dito muna tayo. The cost accountant prepared the cost estimate for producing 2,500 doors. Okay, so yun ang produkto. Magkano daw? Direct material 50k, direct labor 150k, direct labor hours 2,500. And meron pa tayong other information. The electric power in these doors, etc. etc. Babalikan natin yan mamaya. For now, gagawin muna siya the normal traditional way. Let's do cost accounting kung magkano ang cost per day based on traditional day. Mamaya, tingnan natin based on activity-based. Okay? So, anong cost pag traditional? Ang prime cost pag traditional is always direct materials plus direct labor. Yan ang cost. For overhead, ang cost for the 2,500 doors, paano natin yan ngayon? I-assign per door. Normal method. Paano ulit? Di per hour. Again, the overhead rate is 5.85 million divided by 1 million. So therefore, the overhead is 5.85 per hour. Kapag meron kang 2,500 hours, ibig sabihin, ang overhead na ibibigay sa kanya is 14,625. So kung i-total natin yon, that's 214,625. Per door, since that's good for 2,500 doors, yan ay 85.85 cost per unit. So, ayan. Yun yung normal. And that's what we have been always doing. So, sa activity-based, meron daw concept kung saan, bakit daw lahat ng overhead ina-assign based on direct labor hours like electric power? Why are you assigning the electricity to the product based on the direct labor hours? Paggalaw ng tao, wala daw masyadong sense. Same with everything else. Why are you putting all of this overhead together in one place, tapos i-assign mo siya based on per hour? Meron daw inaccuracy tungkol dyan. So, enter activity-based costing. Ayon sa activity-based costing, dapat daw, ang overhead is based on, ibe-base mo sa kanyang ano ang allocate based on an appropriate cost driver. Maghahanap ka ng activity kung saan connected yung overhead cost na yun. For example, electric power of 500,000. Dapat daw, hindi daw siya i-allocate ng per hour ng direct labor. Hanap ka ng cost activity driver kung saan dapat i-allocate daw siya based on kilowatt hours ang power. May sense naman, di ba? Work cells based on square feet. Materials handling, naka-base daw on the material moves. Yung cost ng inspection, i-allocate based on the number of inspection. Yung cost ng setup, i-allocate daw based on the number of setup. So, may sense nga. You allocate the overhead based on the related activity. So, in this particular case, so meron tayong 500,000 electric power sa budget and we are expecting, say for example, yan, over 200,000 kilowatt hour. So, per kilowatt hour ng product gagamit, bigyan natin siya ng 250 na kuryente. So, may sense. At meron siyang particular rates. So, for work cells naman, ang 3 million, divide natin by 300,000. Yan. 10 peso per square foot. Yung 1 million, divide natin by the 200,000. So, every time the material moves, meron siyang 5 peso na material cost. Makes sense. So, yung quality inspection na 1 million, since that's good for 50,000 inspections, that means per inspection ng produkto, i-allocate siya ng 20 peso na inspection cost. Do the same for machine setup. At yan, ito ngayon ang ating rates on how to assign overhead. They are now based on particular activities. It's now very clear. So, in this particular product, 2,500 doors, ito daw ang ginamit niya, ang resources. So, malalaman mo ilan ang overhead na dapat i-assign sa kanya. Hindi na about direct labor hours. Electric power, kumamit ka daw ng 500 kilowatt hours, pues, 2.5 ang hour per charge. So, ang overhead na ibibigay sa'yo, 1 to 50. And continue the rest. Yan. 15 inspection, that's 20 per inspection. 300 pesos. Ayan. Check lang natin. Tama ba? Okay. So, ito ngayon ang ating naka-assign na overhead. Ayan. Now, cost natin, materials and labor, pareho lang ang prime cost. Ang overhead naman, ang inassign sa kanyang overhead, ay ito. Iba. So, it is the hope of ABC practitioners na supposedly this will result in a better costing of overhead that is supposed to be more accurate. So, ayan. So, kapag ito, ang per door nito ngayon is 84.69. Once again, activity-based costing is a costing of allocating overhead not based on traditional per hour, but rather per overhead cost, you determine an appropriate cost driver. These are the activities. And you assign a costs to the product based on the number of activities that is related to that particular overhead cost. So, yun ang ating sistema. Yun ang ating alternative at dito natatapos ang ating lesson. Maraming salamat.